Do you remember when you thought you would never see another bad superhero movie ever again? You were wrong. Guys, I am back with another review, and today we're going to be reviewing the movie Fantastic Four, directed by Josh Trank, or should I say, Fan-4-Stick. This is the latest Josh Trank film, and this is the latest Fox attempt to make a series. And when I say attempt, I mean attempt. Basically, when first hearing about this movie, you would think, well, that seems like a good time. It looks a lot better than the old Fantastic Four movies. They cut down all the cheesy comedy. It has great actors. It looks like it'll have a great story, and it definitely looks like it'll have great effects. So what could possibly go wrong? Everything. Everything could go wrong. First, we have Miles Teller as Mr. Fantastic, then we have Kate Mara as Invisible Woman, Michael B. Jordan as the Human Torch, and Jamie Bell as the Thing. Well, they're all great actors trying to act their way out of a shitty script. It's like Andrew Garfield in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, when he has like a mediocre script, and he's trying to act his way out of it, and he's all like, help me. It's like that. It's just much worse. Guys, I'm gonna be completely honest here. I had high expectations for this movie. I remember Josh Trank's Chronicle, and that movie was great. This movie's first act has pretty decent exposition. It has Miles Teller as Mr. Fantastic when he's a kid, and you're going through all this. It feels like a Reed Richards movie, more than a Fantastic Four movie. It's got good development, you get to meet all the characters and such. They don't have that great a chemistry, but you can tell they're getting along. And then after that, it just goes downhill. I mean, from the first act, there's just build up, and then there's no payoff. There's build up, but no payoff. It's like the next movie is gonna be the payoff. Not this movie. This entire movie felt like exposition for more Fan-4-Stick movies. The build up and the payoff reminded me of the Deathstroke fight from Arkham Knight, Batman Arkham Knight, the game. If you haven't played the game, it's like this. It's fight enemies, fight enemies, fight enemies, fight a little more enemies, fight more enemies with a Batmobile, fight more enemies, Batmobile, Batmobile, enemies, enemies, enemies. Finally, you reach the final boss, which is Deathstroke, and you're like, holy crap, this is gonna be awesome, and it's a tank. It's a strange comparison, but it works. It feels like it's just building up for more movies without ever being a good movie on its own. It's like what Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Iron Man 2 did wrong, which was trying to create a universe without trying to tell its story first. And this movie did the exact same thing. This movie's structure. Decent first act, short-ass middle act, and terrible third act. The editing in this movie also, the shots, they're so quickly cut and choppy, and when one shot ends and the other begins, it's just weird. It just looks wrong. The editing is just off. I don't know what happened here, but the direction this movie was taking is just took a U-turn from what a normal movie should look like. Now, Toby Kebbell as Dr. Doom's good actor, but he's not Dr. Doom. The Dr. Doom in this movie is like comparing the Absorbing Man from Hulk 2003 to the comics version of Absorbing Man. It's just completely different. It's completely different. You can't recognize Dr. Doom in this movie. Dr. Doom, if they called him Dr. Terror, I would be like, oh, well, that's a new villain they made up. That looks pretty cool. But it's just not Dr. Doom. It's like they made up this completely new character. Dr. Doom is actually pretty powerful in this movie, though. He can kill people with his mind. There's a scene when he walks around, he's just walking through hallways, and all you see is like people like, boom, they just get shot, and you see blood splatter on the walls, and they're like, oh, they're dead. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He's really powerful, all with his mind, and it's really cool. But it's just not Dr. Doom, and that's the problem with this movie. It does not feel like the Fantastic Four at all. It's too dark. The Fantastic Four are meant to be something fun, something for kids to see, and the whole family dynamic, and there's just barely any family dynamic here. In the end, there's like, oh man, we have to beat him. He's stronger than any of us, but not stronger than all of us. There's this cheesy line, and they start fighting Dr. Doom, and it's just, there's no real sense of gravitas or anything like that. In the final act, there's no tension. It's just fighting in this CGI set. You can tell it's a set. And the lighting is weird and it's just off, and all the fighting and effects are really subpar for a movie. And there's no tension because the fight does not take place on Earth. It takes place in another dimension. So there's no tension to what is happening on Earth. Earth is being like freaking wrecked here, but you can't see it. And that really kind of lets the tension level go down a lot more. The effects in this movie. The effects in this movie are so bad. They are really, really bad in parts. Sometimes they're good, and then other times they're so... I'm gonna explain the worst part in this movie in a bit. But first off, the effects. For example, Ben Grimm looks great as the Thing. Really good. Johnny Storm as the Human Torch, when he flames on, it looks pretty great. His face looks a little cartoony though. Sue Storm's powers are fine. Mr. Fantastic's stretchy powers are fine, except when he's trying to morph his face. I'll talk about that in a minute. Now, here's the thing. When it's a set, you can tell it's a set. You can tell that they put actors there, and there's a green screen there, and they're just acting in front of a green screen. It looks really damn fake. When you see the trailer and you see the dimension that they go to, which is all fake and stuff, yeah, they cut the best parts from the movie and put it in the trailer, because there are things you are missing out on that look so fake. I didn't know it was imaginable. This is 2015 and there are effects like that. The worst thing I saw was when Reed Richards is changing his face to someone else's face because of spoilers, and just the entire face change, the CGI that is done on the face to make it look like this face is changing to another face, looks so bad. It looks so bad. It's like the T-1000 from Terminator 2. It looks just as bad as that. Actually, the T-1000 looks better. Actually, the T-1000 from Terminator 2 at parts looks better than the T-1000 from Terminator Genesis. I didn't review that movie, but the T-1000 from T2 looks better than that. This movie has worse effects than Spider-Man 3. When Sandman changes from sand to human, it's like, what? It's 2015! That movie was, I don't know how, I can't do math in my head, but that movie is from 2007. 2007! It's years! And the effects in a 2007 movie are better than in a 2015 movie? Come on. That's just wrong. Guys, I am so disappointed in this movie. I had high expectations. It's Josh Trank, man. That guy's a pretty good director. Chronicle was great. But this movie, just, no, man. No. The direction was just awful. The acting was subpar. The effects were really bad. The music and the acting is what barely lifts this movie to a 2 out of 5 stars. Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, for the latest news, reviews, and fan-made trailers, check out my channel. Now, I have a mission for you. If you choose to accept it, please do not leave this video immediately. I need a catchphrase for the end of my videos, and I can't think of anything. Now, if you see these reviewers out there, the best ones, they all have a catchphrase they always say, and I need to think of something. It would be great if it would have something relevant to my name or something like that. If you could help me out, email me or comment in the comment section down below. That would be great. Thank you so much for watching.